Loki episode 5, Journey into Mystery, just dropped, so let's talk about it. Most of this episode takes place in the void with Loki, Kid Loki, Old Loki, Boastful Loki, Alligator Loki, and then Lady Loki shows up. We got 6 Lokis plus Morbius in here. We're just having a party this episode. What to say about this episode? I think that it was very much a warm-up to next week's episode, the finale, season finale, since we're getting a season 2. The relationship between Lady Loki, Sylvie, and Loki is still kind of weird to me. They really need to distinguish, or at least quit saying that they're the same person. Renslayer became way more interesting this episode. We get to know that she doesn't know who is behind the TVA. It's obviously Kang, and she's obviously gonna fall in love with him because that's what happens in the comics. That Alligator Loki was the funniest because, like, who would expect Alligator Loki? Like, why? The only reason they were like, he's a Loki. The exchange between Old Loki, Kid Loki, and Mobius sitting in that little destroyed house talking about how Alligator Loki could be Loki was hilarious. Like, how do they even know? How do they know it's Loki? Just because he's green. That was hilarious. I felt kind of weird. I really wish that the original Loki, the Loki that we've been following all episode, would have been President Loki. I think that was kind of weird to have 2 Tom Hiddlestons. It kind of confused me a little bit, but I liked the exchange between all of them. That was hilarious. Having like 7 Lokis in the room together, amazing. Whenever Sylvie told Loki to conjure her a new outfit, I was like, yes, please, give her the Enchantress outfit. Give her something to make her look less like a Loki. They do not need to be the same person. It just is really weird for people. It just doesn't work here in this show. Like, yes, it's very sweet. Like, I want Loki to find someone, but I really wish that they would distinguish that they are very different people. Next week, I don't know that if Kang will be showing up. I really wish that it is Kang because, like, what else are we going to be building to? Because obviously the other 3 timekeepers from last week weren't really the timekeepers. General thoughts about this is that I think that this was a good episode, not as good as last week. I really wish that the enchanting power would just be Sylvie's power because I really want her just to be Enchantress. I don't want her to be showing Loki this stuff because they really need to distinguish that they're 2 separate people. I did like the fact that the lion, that's how they got into it, is her enchanting him. She just needs to fully become the Enchantress by now. It's just really, really weird that they are dating each other. I think Renslayer is going to be a very big player going forward because, like, she's just trying to figure out who's behind the TVA. I would really like it if next episode they get to Kang or whoever's behind the TVA and it's them 2, and then Renslayer shows up, or like Mobius is fighting Renslayer or something, and they just all show up right in front of Kang, and Kang is like, boom. Like, I really feel like the end of next week's episode, it's going to be like some kind of like cliffhanger, because there's going to be a season 2. So I really think that, yeah, we're going to like see Kang, and then it's just going to fade to black. But I really hope that Renslayer kind of dies next episode because she treated B-15 awful this episode. Like, who else was like, why keep her alive? She's just suffering in pain. I really hope B-15 somehow escapes. Hopefully Mobius will free and like get her out, and then them 2 will take down the TVA. I really am interested to see who created the TVA, why they created it, if all these variants are going to get out, hopefully. I'm just really excited for next week's episode, and I hope that y'all enjoyed this conversation. It's just really rambling right now in my head. I might break it down later if you want. Just like and comment and subscribe and let me know. And as always, keep those identities a secret.